You did get FG. Great secure there. Got wiped, though. 1-for-1 now in this finals, and we're going to see an exciting Game 3. Both games kind of went the same way, but on opposite sides. First, we saw Down to Frag dominate Cognitive Gaming, take an early lead, and extend it. While it did last a lot longer than the second game, they won it pretty securedly, pretty safely. And on the other side in Game 2, we saw Cog dominate and win an earlier game, but that was because of Down to Frag's risky play looking for that Fire Giant.
Yeah, and you just look around at the player damage across the board for, Cognitive Gaming. It's all pretty close to even, with the exception of MLC Stealth playing Zeus, but it's Zeus. Meanwhile, over on the other side, the damage was close to even, but it was all very low. And the healing, actually, Aphrodite didn't even match up to Dare to Care playing Guan Yu, which, as an Aphrodite, that's something you can't do. But granted, she was playing her solo lane RPG the whole game.
Yeah,
but good games by both teams.
So I'm now in lobby. You want to toss a follow?
Toss a follow.
Sorry, a spectate. I was typing and I have push to talk to you. I do need to change that. A spectate onto Rambozo. I'm going to talk to them. We're going to get in game, bring you Game 3. I'm going to throw us over to a waiting screen. Do you have anything to say before we toss us over there?
We will be going into Game 3. First match went to the members of Down to Frag, while second match actually went to the members of Cognitive Gaming, as you just saw. So stick around. We will have Game 3 ready for you, and after that we will have a giveaway of the 100K ticket.
Yes. Down
in Atlanta, Georgia. It will be awesome. If you aren't going to go, you could sell it. So go ahead, guys. Stick around. Be sure to follow and everything like that. And actually, we're already in the picking.
We are in the game. Let me set up this real quick and whatever. We'll just bring you in here. All right, there we go. I'm gonna set up spectator. You're gonna see it here. It is going to caps lock for me here, and Geb first ban once again. On the other side, though, Cognitive Gaming, what do you think they're going to ban here? And it's going to be Zeus. We're not going to see Zeus in Game 3. We saw him in the first two games, which was very uncommon. But this time, we do see him make it through.
Yeah, both teams electing to not have to deal with Zeus, and therefore not having to pick up Odin or anyone else that would complement Zeus. So definitely a ban that I was kind of waiting for after Game 1, but ultimately he will not be around for Game 3. Now on the side of Aurora, I'm thinking that they're going to ban out Tyr. They don't want to give Anister back that Tyr. They don't want to be in the same situation where they get CC locked forever and a half at a tight corner like Gold Fury or Fire Giant. So definitely a smart ban there.
Yeah, very standard coming out. They do not ban Freya this time, so that is available for Anister to play, something we haven't seen him play yet, but he is very good at.
Yeah, and so now we're going to see an Agni ban out here, and it's going to be interesting to see what Aurora decides to pick up here as the first pick for the members of Down to Frag here. Nemesis is still on the table, which is surprisingly something we haven't seen out of either team throughout this entire match. And Zhangqi will actually be the one who is highlighted here.
Yeah, Zhangqi still very strong. Was not very effective for them last game, but they did really dominate early, and there wasn't much he could do. Rambozo was able to pick up some kills along getting flustered here, in conjunction with Mini-Pern's rotations onto Stealth, but overall just not able to do enough against Cog's dominant lineup, and it is locked in. And what do you think we're going to see in response here?
Again, I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to go ahead and elect to pick up Nemesis here. But ultimately, I think they're going to pick up the jungler. That's what I was about to say as they locked in Thanatos. Thank you.
Yep. No Freya here. They're going to give Anister that Thanatos, which he is just as effective on. A very snowbally character, which if you get kills early, devastates early to mid game. Falls off a bit late, but is still very useful with his ultimate, and he does chunk late game, just maybe not as effective as other assassins are.
Yeah, But ultimately, they still like to play the early game out very strongly. As we saw last game, they do like to go very aggressively in those early game situations. So Frag is going to have to play very carefully seeing this Thanatos out in the open right now. And I think they're going to go ahead, they're going to go ahead and elect to pick up their dual lane here. They like the Sun Wukong. They've liked him all game here. I'd really like to see the Sun Wukong start sharing the sugar. So if a kill is able to be picked up by someone other than him, let him have it. Let him have it. You need all the firepower you can get right now. And so now we're probably going to see Barracuda and we're probably going to see the opposing dual lane here, in my opinion. I think we're going to see possibly, Neath and Bacchus?
I don't know if they're going to do Bacchus again. Did not work out too well for Dare to Care in game one. They're probably going to go for something more comfortable. Once again, Guan, yeah, he's very good, very comfortable with that. And Barracuda is going to go Neath. They just switched it up because now he doesn't need to trade. One thing to note, though, is that Raw in the slow lane, once again, a very dominant Godin. We saw that Snoopy's little Cupid is very comfortable playing that Aphrodite against him. Did very well, but it wasn't really... It wasn't meant to be. The rest of the team did not perform as well, and unfortunately the Afro didn't do anything in that second game, but an Ao Kuang locked in.
So, no more Aphrodite. That's established. We're going to see a Zhang Kui in the solo lane with an Ao Kuang in the middle lane, and so now all we're waiting to see is what jungler they decide to use in opposition to a Thanatos here. And Bastet. I like the Bastet.
Yeah, something you don't see often, but is very effective. For those who don't know, her recent buff, and a Hebo though, but the recent buff about a month ago, basically when she uses an ability right after that, it's going to do, I believe it's 15 or 25% more damage. I'm going to go on 25 because I think it's a very strong passive, and we're going to see if Aurora can win early, because if he doesn't win early, it's going to be bad for him.
But definitely one of the things to mention here is the Agni ban by Cognitive has helped out this Bastet, because now Hebo has to use his ultimate if he wants to escape Bastet cats, or at least a sprint, and that goes the same for all the other members of Cognitive, with the exception of Guan Yu.
Mm-hmm.
Neath has her backflip, but at the same time, Bastet has a lot of kit to be able to catch up to the characters like Neath. So Bastet is a really strong jungler here. I do like the pickup. It's going to be really interesting to see if she's able to do what it is that she needs to do to keep Down to Frag a factor in the jungle in the early game against the Thanatos.
Yeah, and I want to talk real quick about this Guan Yu Neath lane, because I think it's very strong. I believe it was favored by, who was the duel? I believe it was Allied and Jaja back when they played for Cognitive Gaming, way before, when the teams were much different, but it was probably their favorite dual lane combo. It is not only very safe, but very sustain oriented. Guan Yu having a heal, Neath having a self heal, and able to combo a lot off of Neath Weave in case they get ganked. And Barracuda loves Neath. Barracuda, don't get me wrong, plays an amazing Apollo and amazing AMC, but I think his Neath play is some of the best just because of some of the weaves he hits. Being able to set up a lot in lane that most people don't expect, and just be able to turn around a losing lane into a winning lane.
Yeah, arguably he is one of the best Neath players in North American scene. But, we can't count out the members of Down to Frag here. We've seen a lot of good things from Mini Pern in his son Wukong, and we've seen a lot of good plays out of Aurora. So, definitely excited to see this matchup, guys. This is the best of three. This is the final matchup. Finals of the finals of the finals here. This is the last of it all.
Yeah, we're going to toss you over to waiting screen now while we get this set up. But one thing I want to know, there is a blink on the bottom. For those who don't know, you can buy a pair of no-scope glasses, and each one sold is going to give us money to go for future prizes in the Parabellum tournaments. What we're hoping to do is turn it into a monthly finals, kind of like how other tournaments are run, where the first 4 weeks are going to be for seeding, they're going to be for points, maybe gems, and then the finals are going to be for real prizes, either money or kind of swag to take home. Either way, though, this is Game 3 of the finals. Parabellum 5v5. It's going to be a good one. Game 1-1, Cognitive versus Down to Frag. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back and we're ready to bring you Game 3 of the Parabellum Finals. We're going to have these two teams at it once again, Down to Frag versus Cognitive Gaming. To start off, we're going to have Down to Frag in the blue. We're going to have Aurora on that jungle Bastet, Rambozo in the middle playing Ao Kwang. Failure by Design, the 80 carry in that left dual lane played, Jablanc. And then Mini Pern once again on Sun Wukong playing support to round it out. Snoopy's Little Cupid in solo lane on Zhang Kui.
And in the red jerseys, we have Megatron playing Hebo in the solo lane, Barracuda playing ADC, Neath. We have Anister playing Thanatos in the jungle, MLC Stealth playing Ra in the middle lane, and Dare to Care playing support Guan Yu. And off the bat, I don't know what Minipern's doing. I think he's having a little dance off with his Neath right now.
He needs to be careful. He doesn't want to have to get his 70 true transformations and basically have to bird away early. Needs to be very careful, but he is going to just heal that up, and it's going to be a no trade. But we do have this Hunter's Bow coming out from Jablanc, which is going to help him with his clear against Neath. Jablanc, one of his weaknesses is that his clear is very bad, especially if his blue buff gets stolen early. He can't really do much in lane without it, not able to spam branching bullets, but this Hunter Bow is going to allow him to attack do damage to any minions grouped up and do that 50% bonus damage, or 50% arcing damage. It's bugged though. It is doing 50% currently.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, right now, definitely a good pickup for Jablanc if you are using branching bullets as your first item. And so nothing out of the ordinary here. Bastet actually tried to steal and did successfully steal the speed buff. Didn't actually pick it up.
He was not able to pick it up, but he was able to deny it, which is just as important. Not only getting that XP, but denying the XP to the jungler. So that's a huge swing for him, and his red buff is still available. They were not able to get their blue buff, though, but I think they're just going to do that shortly. Anister's still sitting at level 1, and now they're going to rotate to it.
Yeah, after they were able to deny the speed buff, they just wanted to go ahead and press the lane advantage a little bit so that Hebo and Thanatos didn't get any wise ideas and try and jump them at blue. And it looks like they will be able to get this blue but they will not have a wave when they come back out. So they're probably gonna play it safe, take the back entrance, and let that wave kind of go through.
Dare to Care though, getting very low in the dual lane, and but the Archer damage is real. Oh, and first blood gonna go to Barracuda, and that was just a simple misplay. Branching bullets, while very strong. The stun out on Dare to Care, he might get a turnaround kill though, but